Howdy folks, welcome to an episode of My Heaven and Hell, and you know what? I don't know about this. I wanted to make this series so that it'd be plain and simple anime reviews, but it kept getting more strenuous and a lot more stressful, and you know what? I'm not sure. I'm not saying I'll quit, but what I will say is that why I haven't been gone is because secretly I went to a lab, because I wanted to make videos, but I wasn't sure on what I wanted to do. So very simple. The scientists and doctors locked me up and made me unconscious, but they made a contraption so that they had a robot that would write out my feelings and drawings and stuff from my inner mind. So maybe, just maybe, a video idea might show up. So it got them thinking, what would show up? They came with one message and they sent it to me. Now, I have it right here. So let's see what today's video is going to be. Oh. Ah yes, Blendes, the anime that everyone is so hyped for and everyone loves except for me, damn it. So apparently the thing about Blendes is that I see in comment sections, I see in videos, I see so many good things about it. And if not good things, then above average things. But to me, at least, I have to heavily disagree. With this anime, at least, I just felt like it was probably the most middle ground anime. If I had an anime line, which was like bad anime to good anime, I'd place it right smack middle, because in my personal opinion, it is the most middle of the ground anime ever. Now, fair warning before we continue in the video, I actually funny story. Before I started the video, I actually tried doing a voiceover of it. That didn't work out too well, and I felt like an idiot doing it, and I just wasn't prepared. Like, you ever try doing a voiceover without a script? It sucks. So instead, I decided to do a lot more conservative approach and do it right here. Let's just continue on and talk about an anime about maids. So what is Blendes about? Well, it's about this girl named Micah. Micah can't get a job anywhere. Why can't she get a job? Is because she's a Satanist that kills kittens and babies? No, in fact, the exact opposite. She's actually a really nice girl who's very kind and caring. Except she's... Oh baby, she's scared of the jeebies off me. And that's pretty much the premise of the anime. Nah, just kidding. Of course, we have our character who's so scary looking that she can't even get a job at McDonald's. But one crazy man from Italy finds her and wants her, both as an employee and as a lover, even though there's a 10-year age gap. Even describing it somehow is a lot weirder than Yumara-chan, and a lot more boring at that. She works with her favorite co-workers that we all grow to love, like Guy, an Italian guy, and blue-dressed girl, and yellow-dressed girl, and purple-dressed girl, green-dressed not girl. That's the one thing this anime is quite known for, alright? I swear, there is a lot more people that know about Hidari than they know about the anime. And if it says anything, Hidari's probably one of the only names I can remember in it. With Blendes, I just noticed that with it, it was very, very boring. Fun fact, whenever I tried recording my first anime review ever, like, I think I even recorded it during my first 1 month, I talked about Amara-chan R, Uzuki-chan, and Blendes. And if I recall correctly, I don't have footage from it anymore, but if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure in that, I said that Blendes was so forgettable that I didn't even know what to talk about. And at first I thought, okay, well, I think I was just over-exaggerating. Let me try doing let me do a little brushing up. And what I found out was that doing all my research, that yes, it was as boring as I did remember. Now, I understand this is a slice of life anime, and I completely understand why I should not be able to compare Blendes to something like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But what I can do is say how much I was entertained by it, and I was not entertained at all. Legitimately, I'm not lying, the opening theme song is a lot more memorable and a lot better than all 12 episodes of the anime that I watched. I want to put this as a side note. The opening song slaps hard. It is a banger, alright? I'm telling everyone at home, it is easily one of my favorite anime intros of all time. I unironically listen to it, like if that says anything. don't think that it was just a bore fest. There's a lot of things about it that is special and that I really do like. I do sorta like the chemistry between the characters. It's nothing to write home about by any means. This isn't like some Konosuba or ReZero by any means. But it's a lot more enjoyable than a few anime that I've watched. And I will say this, that when it comes to visual humor, it does it in spades. Like, whenever Micah walked out in that sadistic outfit, man, I gave out a giggle, I will not lie. And like when Dino crumbles into a statue, I did think that was kind of funny. And there are other things that I like that are minor stuff. Like I like how the dog is named Owner, even though it's not really that funny of a joke, but I just like those kind of details. And I also like the stuff like, oh, how about we change the maid cafe into like an exotic theme? Or, oh, how about whenever Micah hurts her leg, Dino's so overprotective over her that he puts a whole bunch of bandages over it. And I like those kind of miniature details, because to me at least, it gives the expression a little goes a long way more of a meaning than other stuff. Like if the anime was just, oh, loud noise, flash, loud noise, then it would be very overwhelming and not very fun to watch. And even though I've watched anime like Saki K and Pop Team Epic where they do stuff like that, it really can get overwhelming if done improperly. But when it comes to Blend S, just because they do little doesn't mean it does the best. With Blend S, just because they didn't do a lot doesn't mean it's enjoyable. Like, you can make slice of life anime enjoyable. Anime like K-On! Uzuki-chan and Maru-chan, like I've already mentioned before in my other episodes, you can make those enjoyable to watch just as long as, you know, you put some energy into it, some spunk. With me at least, Blend S was just extremely tame when it came to that kind of stuff, and it just wasn't the best. And I felt like there was so much potential that this anime did have, but just didn't fall forward on. I mean, you have such a perfect setup. When your characters have to play the role as maids who have different personality traits, like, oh, being a little sister, or oh, being a sadistic type, or tsundere. I think when it comes to stuff like that, that's an amazing plot in my opinion. You have a lot to work with when it comes to that. But when the anime actually tries, it doesn't really do that very well. I think when it comes to stuff like characters, yeah, I think the chemistry was okay, but it can also be expanded upon. For example, like the chemistry between Kaho and Koyo, like, it sort of doesn't really go too far, even though there's a lot of potential to be worked with. Or Micah and Dinah, for example. I mean, Dino's case is that he really likes Micah, but he's too afraid to say it. Well, the more I think about it, he actually does kind of say it a bit. But Micah's just really oblivious to understand that, you know, he kind of likes her romantically, but you get the point. Yeah, there are a lot of things I liked about it, and yeah, I think it could be better overall. I mean, I don't know, I just don't like it as much as I wish I did, legitimately. Final thoughts on Blend S. I wish it could accomplish what it wanted to do, but it didn't, and I wish it would be expanded on a little more. And I just thought it was very boring. Yeah, I just wish it could be better. There's things I like about it, but no, I really don't care for it. And I apologize for not making, I really do want to do Heaven and Hell videos. I love making Heaven and Hell videos. Like, there's a reason why I filmed 2 videos back to back. I just don't have enough time or energy to actually do it. And I also apologize, this video is not in 60, or the last video too, I didn't say that in the last video, or maybe I did. But I apologize, I'm in 30 FPS, not 60. I wish I was in 60, but I just, you know, didn't have that good of a setup, so I apologize for that. But please wait for the next episode. It's for an anime that I'm growing to love more and more, but I still have problems with it, a lot of problems with it, but I'm starting to love it more and more, and I'm excited for the second season of it. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Let's go, baby. Thank you all for watching, and bye.